Manuel, what's something that the Battle Van, codename Battle Van, is really good at?
It's not a van at all.
It's a van.
Hey, don't you know how codenames work?
Don't see it coming.
It's the battle airship. Well, Manuel isn't really about tank combat. He's not about mounted combat. He's more about personnel, being positional. When he's thinking about ship combat, he's thinking about boarding an enemy ship or something like that, or getting a person into perfect position, or infiltrating a faraway spot.
Put a crane on it.
So, to this end, Manuel has 2 words to say. Man cannon.
Yes!
You're saying
I know
we could shoot ourselves onto an enemy boat.
Man cannon.
Man cannon.
Couldn't we just fly on? Couldn't we just hover up above them and do anything and just drop through the hole?
Will you will you be investing anything into this man cannon?
Let's give the Emperor probably knows a thing
The
about.
Emperor knows a thing about.
He knows a thing about catapult technology and also cushy thrones.
Okay.
The Emperor knows a thing about everything, even though he's only 15 years old.
Yeah,
he's
well,
smart
when
15-year-old.
Manuel was hanging out, when Manuel was hanging out with Margaret, he was talking about different siege engines.
Different ways in which the Emperor is great, and which he'll lead us all to victory over the lesser races.
And one of the things that came up was the various siege engines he uses. So yeah, he's gonna invest that Emperor 5 into that.
What's the drawback of the man cannon, by the way?
Let's say it's target resistant. Sometimes it's great.
So I'm saying, why don't we just put the man cannon in the hull so that when it inevitably opens, we can just shoot ourselves straight down into the enemy ship?
Sometimes the targeting system isn't perfect. I mean...
Sometimes you just get launched into the sky and you die.
Sometimes you don't go exactly where you want to be, but you go near where you want to be.
Okay, I believe Mint is the only person left. Mint.
2 words, grappling hook.
Grappling hook.
I was gonna suggest lifeboats or something, but that works too.
Oh,
What do you think the man cannon is?
Pro, grappling hook. Con, grappling hook.
Grappling hook.
Grappling hook man-powered, or is it like part of the ship?
It launches a hook with a rope, so that now we've attached something by the hook rope. Grappling hook.
I was thinking more like a grappling arm.
Yeah, like
Put
it
a crane on it.
like reaches out and grabs.
Giant
Could
crane.
be some kind of ultra hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ultra Hand.
Alright, we got an ultra hand.
There's not much people can do against an Ultra Hand.
No, here's what it is. It's a giant crane. When you knock part of the ship off, it just picks it back up, so you gotta break the crane first.
It's an ultra hand.
Okay, I have a grappling hook on a boom crane in my notes.
Yeah, sounds good.
Can we put that in the hull so that we can at least attempt to curb that problem?
I just want to be a Star Fox, boss.
The ship opens up and thousands of tiny starfighters fly out of it.
All I want.
What's the downside of grappling hook on a boom crane?
I think you just answered your own question.
It's a crane.
Yeah,
You can't really let go of something.
Letting go is difficult, and it sometimes, if it's easy for it to get sort of tangled up in stuff if it's not just open skies.
Okay, Tran has collected a bunch of notes from this planning sesh, and sees that there's a few little design holes she's going to have to fill in. And
like the giant one on the bottom of the ship.
Like the fact that our propulsion system might not be super good for anything other than direct travel at the moment. And
Going really fast. It's all
maybe
that
in the
matters in the
future,
world.
if we're not traveling in a
fast.
directly straight line, we might want to have
also-
better control and sails or something.
And
No,
also
she's
requires
got some ideas for that. And in the meantime, you guys are left to do some research into your next step.
Not
Like,
me, I'm
use it
going
to
back
my
to my tent.
ears, back to the library.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, we're in the
coincidentally, you're already in the library.
Oh. Well,
So,
there you go.
I immediately turned and grab every book on Regulus that I can find.
There are entirely 0 books labeled Regulus, but
Oh.
There.
but it was
about
worth
Regulus?
a shot. You see there is a spotter's guide to flying realms.
Actually, there is one book. There is one book titled Regulus, and it was a little bit of a. It kind of built Scarlett's excitement up, and then she opened it, and it was just like. It was like a lesser form of calculus, like just really like.
It's for all the regular numbers.
Yeah.
This is like what can you even solve with this math?
Just really direct.
I don't think it's good for
math.
anything. That's
Just
weird.
Regulus.
It's just.
In any case, yes, there's a spotter's guide to flying realms. There are other things that may be.
What about books on the overworld?
Yeah, that's one of them.
We're having that.
There's. Somebody tell me what information you're looking for specifically, and give me a researching type roll.
Well, obviously, we need to know more about the overworld and places where this cog may be kept.
Okay.
And sort of what we should be expecting when we arrive there.
Okay. Give me that roll, please. Okay.
I rolled a 19.
Okay. Looking through the index, you're looking for the R's, R, and not finding it, but you do come across an entry on Clockland, which sounds pretty good, actually. This is from the old library, so you surmise it may have changed names in the ages that passed in between.
Perhaps this is what they referred to Regulus many ages ago.
Perhaps.
I want to do research.
Pull up a book, man. Just take a look.
The Clockland entry reads, "This weird island is probably from another world. It's full of clockwork mechanical creatures that build themselves into a semblance of civilization and then fall apart. Their magic doesn't seem to translate well off the island." That's the Clockland entry.
That's not very good at all.
Is anybody gonna look into this more?
I'm gonna look into something else.
Man, why don't you
actually.
take a look at this?
I'm more interested in different research. Can I do my different research?
Sure, tell me what your different research is.
I want to see. I want to gather information about flora and fauna that lives in the atmosphere. So stuff that might
overworld.
potentially get in our way.
Stuff
while
that
we're
might-
up there.
Stuff that might empty our hull. While
So
we're
if one of those comes out from a cloud and surprises you, I bet you'll empty your hull. So that's 17 for biological research.
Okay. You find a lot of what you were expecting on, say, cloud giants, air elementals, and the like, great eagles,
Birds.
the flying lizard terrors of Giant Walk, but you know all about them. You just tied them up
Yeah,
in kudzu
yeah.
not too long ago.
Hmm.
I mean, some of
Yeah.
them. It's all species out there after all.
Things that were created by one of the previous archmages.
That's what they say, but who knows?
I'd love to learn more about that.
Why don't you go
But
talk to
another
one?
time.
There's also you see a mention of the word Zorigami, but it's not elucidated on. It's weird.
I think I did some of that in elementary school. Zorigami. I'm gonna write that down. I just take a big marker and write the word Zorigami down on my arm.
Okay. Does anybody?
So I don't forget.
I have blank paper here.
Yeah, but I'll lose that.
Is anybody else going to do anything? Any research? Because so far you have a semi-outdated travelogue and a hint of something you'll probably find there.
I have Beowulf is here helping me to search for books in this library.
Wait, I know what we can do.
Helpful guy.
Yes.
Where's Slamby?
Slamby has been eavesdropping on the door the whole time, which is odd because he's on the inside eavesdropping on the hallway.
What are you doing? Come here. Get over
I'm
here.
eavesdropping on the hallway, he says.
What's in there?
Everything.
I'm not even gonna approach that. Come here.
He waddles over the way he does.
What do you know about the overworld?
There's...
I know all about your little stunt.
Yeah, I know it's a little less populated than it used to be, island-wise.
Yeah, what?
That's really horrible.
Most of the people got off, and most of them also left.
Okay, so what do you know? Like, what should we know about? Do you know anything about Regulus in particular?
I know we almost crashed into it once, which is weird because it moves in such a regular pattern. They should have seen it coming, but I guess, putting my hands over the eyeballs of the guy who was trying to steer the island might have something to do. Anyway, yeah, they almost crashed into it, and that, never happens.
Okay, so obviously it has a pretty easily plottable course, so it won't be too hard to find.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure one of the books around here has that course.
Okay, we should probably get to looking for that. Is it in the spotter's guide or whatever, or is it somewhere else?
Yes. If you scroll to the section for the actual spotting parts.
I think that could be useful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by scroll, I mean it is an actual scroll. You just have to twist it a bunch.
Right.
So yeah, there is a chart that displays a very mathematically precise pattern based on the phases of the moon and time of day. Mint is sort of struck to see how precise it is. He loves mathematical oddities, while the other ones are much more vague in general. I mean, it's down to the second practically, the ability to track it and predict its movements.
Okay. So it'll be pretty easy to get to, probably.
Well, I mean, easy to find in the sky.
Easy to find
Yeah, a
and
chart.
yeah,
I'm going to
tracking
make a
it
copy.
down.
I'm going to make a copy of this chart.
Okay.
Anything else we ought to know about it? Do you know anything about the exterior of it that would help us?
Well,
Yeah,
it's sort of brassy and it's got cogs and whatnot. It's sort of pokey. I mean, you might poke your eye out, so don't look at it too hard.
Got bits.
Not sure that's how it works.
That's totally how it works.
Don't tell me how it works.
Where does,
Kids these days
what
think
is
they know
Manuel
everything.
doing through all this?
I'm outside with Margaret again.
It's good. It's good that you're faithful. It's an admirable quality.
It's such a
my
bad tone.
So, Margaret, you do know that Bella was being sarcastic when she said that you needed to leave the house.
I know, but I still need to make my point.
What is the point? Just so I
The point
know.
is that I don't want to sleep in that mansion. I was looking for any
Oh.
excuse not to. Now
Fair
help me
enough,
finish
I
building this
suppose.
tent.
How big is this tent? We've been building it for a while.
It's a pretty nice
It's-
tent, actually.
We need to put down the carpets.
Oh my god.
Manuel
This is a
starts
permanent
bringing in
installation.
Manuel starts bringing in the mattresses from inside the bedrooms into the tent.
It comes full circle when he brings out the copper bathtub.
He
It,
brings out the
uh,
bathtub, but he lights a
it-
little fire under it this time so that it stays the proper temperature.
It turns out that the useful thing that Margaret did while she was at the manor was set up a campground as an attraction for
Yeah.
tourists to visit.
Anyone
Set up
comes
a
near
mark.
this, they're
Gotta
getting an
stay
arrow in their
somewhere.
throats. Don't care if they're 10 years old.
The,
There's no age in war.
the
Guys, I think Margaret
The
might be
campground
having
is a great
some
idea because all the tourists need to stay somewhere, and Padraic won't let a bunch of randos stay in his house. God damn it!
They can do whatever.
Yeah,
bunch of
that-
thirsty
I'm done with
randos.
this. Nothing now. Nobody better come in here until I've left.
Well, I
When
mean, you're not
Margaret, when Margaret leaves, she's gonna burn this tent to the ground.
Salt the earth. Yes, nothing will ever grow again. That's how you gotta work.
And
War.
Cactus will have something to say about that, I'm sure.
Margaret, you were in such a mood today.
Bella goes over to
That's-
Padraic and shows
might have
him a
yourself.
picture of shows him a picture of Margaret, and she's like, "Can you please make sure this woman never appears here again? Keep her away from the whole manor. She just wants to destroy everything."
I will be sure to, madam.
No, I'm kidding. That didn't happen. Take it back.
Yes, madam.
So yeah, Manuel's just hanging up some art installations inside this tent, and that's what he's been up
just
to.
moving everything out of his room into the tent.
Not my room.
Mint has copied down the predictions, updated them for what he knows of calendar changes through the ages, and how we, the dating system is different now than it was back when the scroll
Yeah, they
was
left
written.
out a month. How do you just miss a whole month? That's an important month. I know a guy whose birthday is in that month.
Yeah, back then he was never born.
Yo, that's messed up, but probably true.
In part because the scroll was written before he was born, but
Yeah, but still.
but still.
But still. Anyway, here's the new math. It's pretty simple to change. You just gotta, add another polymorphic term, and there you go.
There you go.
Oh, great. So you can take up you're gonna take up the navigator's helm?
The what?
The navigator.
I already have a helm. It's a cool metallic orb.
Right.
In any case, you can check his math by it should be passing over in the distance not too long from now, and with use of one of those nice decorative telescopes that is so double checked. It is exactly where it is meant to be.
There's an observatory in this mansion?
Dude, this mansion is tight.
Basically,
This is a
this is
pretty
a
great
really
mansion.
good house. And
I'm sorry,
glad that I'm
did you
allowed
not
to
expect there to be an observatory in Equinox Manor?
And
Yeah.
they make their own pretzels here. Well, that's just radical.
No, that's just Tran.
Yeah, I mean,
still
Trent
made here.
likes to bake.
These pretzels are good, though. That's what I'm saying.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we should have stolen the secret churro recipe from Disney's Land.
The churros that last forever.
They're not going to keep the secret
not
recipe
convinced
on
they
the ground.
actually
They
last
produce them at a secure location.
Okay, you now are able to predict the next nearest approach of Equinox, and know that it is formerly known as Clockland. That is full of clockwork mechanical creatures.
Yeah. It's
Is anybody
sounds
gonna
great.
dive for deeper details than that?
What is the natural enemy of, clock things?
Rust?
Time.
Because...
Chaos.
Time is
Time,
the enemy
rust.
of clocks.
Okay, so we should bring lots of that with us, just in case we end up in a scrap. With clocks. If we have to fight clocks, we should be sure to have lots of time.
You think we should bring Slamby?
No.
Probably
How much
not.
time does Slam
He knows how
No.
to, he's blown this stuff up before. I bet he could do it again. If we needed
Do
him
we
to.
want to?
We might.
I mean, our goal is not to destroy Regulus. Yeah.
is it? Are you sure? I
We
mean,
also want to get there alive ourselves.
Is there something what is the purpose, the original purpose of Regulus? That I
Man, what's the
Mid- hearing
purpose
that
of a
somewhere?
waterfall?
I mean, waterfalls naturally happen. Regulus,
That's what I'm saying, yo.
so Regulus
Oh.
naturally happen. Regulus is like
So
a
these
floating
clockwork
island.
mechanical beings
Give me
naturally
give me a
form.
research roll into the origins of Regulus.
All right, let's make that
I did
a
one too.
Probably
I
an int.
asked Bella, dang it.
Oh.
an int for Cursed Bard.
Yes.
Pretty
I mean,
22.
bards are all about lore. Okay.
Yeah.
Bella sees that there's, tracking down the Zorigami, she sees that there is a legend that the Zorigami are a sign of the dawn and ending of an age. As the last Zorigami dies, they say so too does the age. And a new age is marked by a dawn of dawn Zorigami. And it's possible, therefore, that Regulus, whatever originally created them, also created Regulus as a refuge, a sanctuary to make sure that they weren't hunted by anyone trying to hasten such a thing.
It sounds, and
That
maybe
seems fair.
I'm completely wrong, but then it sounds like it was something created many, 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 many ages ago,
Oh, for sure.
like first, second, third age.
Perhaps even
And-
earlier.
Maybe, yeah. I guess what came before the first age? The
Zeroth
zeroth
age.
age.
I
Just
mean,
kidding,
that's the
everyone.
numbers.
Age.
I mean, we got lots of numbers. We ain't running out anytime soon.
Yeah, that's what we learned from the mathematics of Regulus.
Yeah. Regulus teaches us that there are lots of numbers in both directions.
You got
Gotta keep
numbers, you
going
got
for a while.
clocks, you got clocks that measure things with numbers. You know, if you
Very
want to measure
true.
something, you need
Yeah,
numbers.
so in a way, it seems that Regulus is itself one giant clock. Kind of neat.
So, does anybody have any other questions? There's a 28 research check hanging out there.
Ah, yes.
Oh, by whom? Oh,
Me.
Scarlet.
Scarlet, what you looking up, Scarlet?
Well, I guess I could. Let me see. So we kind of have an idea of who was there. These mechanical things. So I guess I could look up sort of, I guess, his connection with the surface world.
Okay, you scour all the relevant and many irrelevant things, and you find none, sort of. Like, there's no record of it being launched or ever landing, no record of a similar place on the ground. There's no clockwork ring that looks like a flying clockwork island would fit into it, or anything like that. It seems to have always been, and you imagine it may always be. Like, the absence you find doesn't look like you didn't look hard enough. It looks like there just is an absence.
This is quite strange because most of the overworld, at least as far as I'm aware, is comprised of islands created or colonized by wizards from the surface world. So this is something that predates all of that.
Yeah, they're kind of like the wealthy wizards beach time resort kind of thing, just floating in the air.
It's like how if you go to like Dubai and you can basically have your own island,
except in the
that
sky.
you can live on.
Yeah.
Except it's in the sky. It's even further away from poor people. I've never been there myself, obviously.
And you'll never ever make it to Feywild.
Yeah, I heard that that's not
The
really a
most
thing
luxurious
anymore.
of them all.
I don't know about that anymore.
I heard it had very nice cloud beaches. And anyway,
Listen to yourself. Going on about cloud beaches.
As the days pass, as time goes on, you're confident that you're not going to squeeze any more of that out of this library. You get into all sorts of comic antics around the mansion until one day
Glad I'm not there.
a greased up Tran starts yelling for everyone up and down the hallway, saying, "It's done! Come on, let's go! Take a look!"
Let me see it. Let me see it.
How long have we been staying here? Like, how long have we been living in this tent?
Oh, by
I mean, I've
now,
been living in
probably
this
a
tent.
week.
Yeah, about a week.
That's not so bad.
it's been a wonderful week for me. Like just enjoying a wonderful bed in a nice
Manuel
house,
has set up some
doing
indoor
research.
plumbing in the tent.
You've
The water is actually
had a
infused
lot of
with
fun watching Pedriac's prank war against Peppercorn and Peppercorn.
I've been having to fight off school children every day. It's been an ongoing battle. Got
I
three
really
caught in my
like
net
that
trap.
I really like that Assistant Director Peppercorn is having a prank war with just the Golem. Like his adversary now is just this Golem Butler.
At first, Algernon was very upset that they were doing this, but then he found it also incredibly funny.
Yeah. So you see, she holds up those preliminary plans, the sketches she's scribbled on with your notes in front of you, and then tosses it over her head, and you see behind her, in its place, codename Battle Van.
Yes.
It has the shape of a large caravan, but you see that it's ringed with sort of mechanical hands on a track, and she flips a switch, turns a crank, and pulls on a lever, and the hands they begin lifting sections of railing out of a hopper and laying it in front, and the van starts moving under its own power over those tracks. And as it rolls over, they are picked up by the other hands and deposited back in the hoppers.
This seems incredibly complicated.
Yeah, but
I
it's
love it.
awesome.
Seems completely absurd. I would probably grab a throw myself from a cliff and get on board that thing.
It can
Or
go
I guess.
over any terrain. It won't get stuck in the mud. It completely distributes the weight very evenly, and these the rails can be laid and collected at a much faster rate than you'd imagine. I also took the liberty of, as she goes around the corner, and you see a ramp that has been carved with rails pre-laid on it. So
we have kind of a,
instant ramp.
do we have kind of a garage in Equinox Manor, or is that a ramp that was part of the ship?
No, the ramp goes out from your garage, and when you launch, it's kind of like the Thunderbirds show.
Nice.
It's super awesome.
Good.
Perfect.
That sounds great.
There's a theme song and everything.
Amazing.
So, Tran says, I was looking at the charts, and it looks like the nearest approach of that island is going to be in... She checks her wrist-mounted hourglass. About 4 hours from now, so...
Wow.
Gonna do it?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a month and a half until the next time. So...
We better get going.
Probably yes.
I should ask first.
She's
I mean,
very proud of herself for making this deadline.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Have you tested this?
If she tested it, it wouldn't have made the deadline.
Yeah, exactly. Tran just kind of like shakes her head, like, well, just kind of smiles, just doesn't really respond, just kind of
Get in the
smiles.
van.
Just smiles.
Just get in the van. I'm driving. Get in the van.
You should try it out. Hey, you know.
Van. Van. Van.
Oh,
Van.
there are
Get
worse
van.
ways to die,
Everybody
I
gets in the
suppose.
van.
Van.
I had a
Alright.
good run, you know,
Does everybody want to live
43
forever?
years.
Rip calls shotgun.
All right.
There is no shotgun rip.
What is
What?
are the quarters indoors?
All right, tough guy. You're with me.
All right.
Yes.
Uh,
I mean,
somebody-
there are posts out on the roof, but it's yeah, there's plenty of space indoors. There's a single large chamber on each level. The bottom level is pretty much empty, and that is your detachable cargo unit. The top level has is furnished and rather comfortable, but still kind of Spartan. You're free to decorate it as you wish.
Oh yeah, we gotta paint that outside so it looks totally radical.
We'll have to do that next time when we're not trying to meet a deadline.
Well, we can do that while we're going up.
That's
The
true.
magic gun is mounted on that second interior level. However, you see there's a rail where it can be moved to the roof, I guess. You know, the top uncovered level, as well as a window in the cargo
Yeah.
bay, the detachable cargo bay.
Yeah, I'm
So,
probably not going to stand down there. Ever.
Who wants to serve as acting captain of the battle van?
Mint called it.
I've already had my time
Oh,
as a captain,
used
so
to-
I guess it'll be someone else's turn.
Audrielle is watching the launch and is just so proud of your noble sacrifice.
Is there any seats
Sacrifice?
for somebody to? Like,
Well, I mean, to step down and let a lesser captain take a turn.
Mint's the pilot, so.
Audrielle
I'm-
is so
I'm driving.
nice. She thinks
Yeah,
I
so
have
nicely
to
about
focus
it.
on driving.
I mean, Rip's buddies with Battle Bob and has a Crusader background, and I figure he probably knows some things about captaining, like being the head of the pilot with
Yeah.
the captain. So yeah.
Tough guy. Tough guy.
Yeah.
Here's how it works: is that you're in charge, and so what it is like you say what you want to happen, and then you say who you want to do it, and then you say make it so, and then it'll
Make it so.
happen. Those are the rules.
Is there a seat for somebody to take control of all the magical things on the ship?
It's pretty safe to
Weapons.
assume
None
that
of the
all
chairs are nailed to the floor. Every seat can be used for a lot of things.
it's pretty safe to assume that we have all of the necessary interfaces that we will need to control the ship and do the things we need it to do.
Look, I can just pull this here, and then this will happen. And
Don't-
that's exactly what I expect.
Cargo goes away.
There are even parachutes, which no one mentioned.
Well, we gotta go put the hull back on now.
This fulfills all of my expectations.
So is anybody going to wrap anything up, or are we gonna ramp this?
Ramp it.
We better ramp it off.
They are tries.
Okay. With a coat of paint and some personal effects moved into the interior, it is nearly go time. Goodbyes are said, final preparations are made, supplies are gained from the pantry, some hugs, some handshakes, maybe a few tears. And then 3, 2,
Wait,
Pull the lever.
I got this. Mr. Gelato, all power to thrusters. Engage.
I hit the button.
Yeah.
And as the ground recedes behind you, you can't see the bulk of Regulus, but you trust in the calculations of Mint and Tran. And then, as it would be too late to maneuver, its path crosses yours. It's right beneath you. You have arrived. Good night.